Good morning and welcome to my Facebook Live today. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me live, please do say hi so that I know you're here and I can converse with you. And if you're watching on catch up or replay or on YouTube, if you have any questions or want to make any comments, please do so. And I check those on a regular basis and can get back to you later on. So it's a rather snowy morning here in Brackley today. And I think the forecast for today is snow most of the way through. So we will see. Sometimes they promise snow and it doesn't happen. It's very light, but it is fairly constant at the moment. So this week we've been having fun with some animal cards. Last week we featured masculine cards with the suit and tie stamp set and dies. But this week we're doing some fun animal cards. This is going to be our card for today, and I'm going to talk about the stamp set and everything for this one shortly. And it's just a little bit of fun. We've got a little sort of dancing a dancing chicken here. We've got a little signpost that I've added, have a happy day, and then there's a tree stump, trying to think of the word, a tree stump there that the chicken is dancing on. And I've used the all wired up background for this netting to look like she snuck out of the pen. So that's our plan for today. Let me briefly show you the cards we've made this week while people hop on. So this was yesterday's card. This one is actually going to my mum because she's just desperate for some sunshine and some, bright colours of spring and all of that. So this one is going to her, and it's got a spring message inside. May the new life of spring bring you joy. Morning, Carol. So that was yesterday's. The background paper here is from the free Berry Blessings papers. They're actually little strawberry pips, but they work perfectly with my colour scheme. And then this one we did on Monday. This was my previous sample, and this was the one that we actually did on Monday with the yellow and the cute little lamb. Morning, Tracy. And then Tuesday's one was the no, it's only Wednesday. Sorry. So this was my preparation for Tuesday, and that was the one that we did live. Goodness me, it's only the third day of the week. Hey ho. So those were those from earlier on. So today we're going to do this fun card here. Now I've got no lights on, so let me know if it's looking too shadowy or dark for you. Let me just maybe put this one on. Let me see if that's better or not. I think it looks a bit brighter. I need you to be able to see what we're doing at least. So you may recognise this style of chicken, and that's because would you believe in 2017 this stamp set, Hey Chick, was a free celebration stamp set, and it came out in celebration 2017. If you spent £45 or more, just like it is today, you could choose this set for free. And it's very rare that any of the celebration stamp sets ever come back, but this one was so popular they have actually brought this one back. So if you do have this one still in your stash, it's exactly the same stamp set. And what's exciting is that they brought out some dies to match the stamp set. So if you've already got this, you can buy the extra dies that will fit these images and give you extra images as well. The dies on their own are £30. If you haven't got the stamp set still, or you weren't around or didn't get it free at the time, you can buy this as a bundle with the chick and the dies. So just want to show you the details of the dies. So the main chicken and the little egg all have dies to cut them out. Ooh, get that one the right way around. Like so. These are the exact size images. So you can cut all of these images out, like so. But in addition to that, we have this signpost here, which is what I've got here. Not sure if you can see the detail in that, but there's even a little nail and markings of the wood. I'll get my large hand out of the way. So we have this signpost, we have the tree stump, which is what I've got here. And again, it's got all the detail on it. I'm hoping you can see that. You may not be able to in that light. And we then have a little hen house, or this could be a hutch, you know, for rabbits and things like that, although they need to be quite small rabbits, but there's a hutch with all the detail. There's some eggs, and then there's this corn. So you would cut this out, and I will be using this later in the week. You'll cut this out in green for the stalks, and then you have the sweet corn here. So you have the corn itself, and then the greenery that goes around it, obviously laid on top. And what's nice is you get 4 of these and 4 of the corn, so you can in one run through you can have the stalks and the greenery here, and then you could have yellow for the corn. You could do them green as well, of course. This one here is actually cutting out the egg, but one of the demonstrators noticed that it makes a fish. If you just cut it out as is, you get a fish shape. Morning, Karen. How are you this morning? In addition to that, we also had this lovely netting. So it looks like wire netting, but you could also make this look like a trellis and have flowers growing up it. So I will try and put that combination together later in the week. So these all go with the Hey Chick set. Let me pop these back before I lose them, like so. Tuck those away. I do like to put them on a magnetic plate. It's helping me not lose quite so many dies. So. And then in addition to that, you will see Hey Birthday Chick in the January to June catalogue. So this is a set that goes alongside this one. So if you haven't got this one, you could opt to buy this one, or both of them. And it's really good fun because we've got this chicken here with a balloon tied up round his bottom. We've got the dancing chicken that I'm using for today, and then we've got a little chick with the birthday cake, and then this little one is our chicken from here that's actually popped up. And then we've got Best of Cluck, Let's Celebrate You, Happy Birthday, You're Still a Spring Chicken for this set. And then for Hey Chick, we've got Hey Chick, You're a Good Egg, and Have a Happy Day. So some great fun designs there. And to go with this one, there's another set of dies as well. So these cut out the main images, as you can imagine, but we also have a Happy Birthday die, we have some fencing, and we have a cute little cutout chick, as well as a bag of seed and a little bow tie that you could put on the chick, and a streamer here. So lots of fun could be had with this set. So let me get cracking. I've talked too long already. just about those bits and pieces. So if anybody is watching who hasn't got a catalogue and would like one, just comment here and I'll pop one in the post, or send me an email or a private message and I can do that for you. So this is the card I'm going to make today. Let me just put this upper light on, see if that will help. Okay, so I've got a background piece here, and what I'm going to do is use All Wired Up, which is one of our background stamps, which has got this netting design on it. I'm going to stamp this, and I'm also going to use our blending pens to do the some sort of scenery in the background. I'm going to stamp the chicken on a scrap piece of card and die cut that out. And to save some time, I've already got the tree stump here and the little sign, okay, that I'm going to add some detail to. So let's just start with the chicken. So I've got a piece of paper here and a block. And this is the dancing chicken here, so he's got his legs up and arms up in the air, like so. Now I have got a whole load of images which I pre-stamped and cut out. I was having a play. What I do try and do with all my new stamp sets is stamp out the images and colour them in. So all I did, and in fact I did it during our craft and chat session on I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. So I just have fun stamping them, doing different colours, funky colours. Here is the fence. Here's the one with the balloon and the cute little chick. So I've got all of these ones here as well. And what I'll do with these is I'll make these up into cards in due course and show them to you. Let's pop them away so I don't lose them. Morning, Jill. Thanks for joining us. And if you've got snow as well where you are, Jill. Okay, so I've got my chicken. I just need an ink pad, so I'm going to use Early Espresso. Now you could leave this chicken quite white if you wanted to, a bit like we did with the lamb, this one here. Okay, rather than colouring him in, or her in I should say. I'm going to stamp two while I'm here, like so. And I'm also going to stamp a sentiment on my little signpost. Oh, bless her. It was Sunday, Carol, thank you. Yes, it was Sunday, you're right. Thank you, Carol. So for this one, I am going to add that same sentiment from Hey Chick, have a happy day, because I think that's, A, it fits, and it's a cute sentiment, which could be used for anything. So anybody joining me more recently, I do have an open craft and chat session every Sunday that customers and followers of my page are welcome to join. I'm usually doing some crafting, so you can see what I'm doing, but sometimes I'm just nattering. I love you to bring anything you've got to show, something you're working on. Doesn't have to be card making, it could be anything. So I'm just going to add a little bit of detail on these. I'm going to grab a blending brush. You could just use a sponge for this, and I just want to show a little more detail on the trunk and the sign. So I don't want to go too dark, so I'm just using soft suede ink for this one. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the ink on there and take the image, the die cut even, and run this over just so that you can see a bit more of that detail. I think there's what would be quite fun, just had an idea, is to have a card in landscape, have the 3 tree stumps and the 3 funky chickens. These ones here. That would be quite fun. I've got 3, so I might make those up into a card to show you. They've got a funky different colours hair. This one here. So you could have 3 each sat on a stump, would be fun. Right, that's the nice thing about having a go and stamping lots of images, because then as ideas come to you, you've got them there to play with. Okay, so I've got a bit more detail now on that tree stump. I'm hoping you can see it. And I'm going to do the same with our little sign. So I'm just using the blending brush. You could use a sponge. You could very lightly rub the ink pad over it. And you could use a sponge dauber. You could even, if you wanted to, just lightly press it onto the ink pad to get an extra touch of colour. I'm going to do that here, like so. You can see that. And rather than press it in, I'm just using the blending brush to tap the back to transfer that colour. Let's do that all the way around. Can you see that? Really makes that stand out, doesn't it? Let's do the same with this one then. And I'll use tweezers to pick that up. There we go. So it makes it quite, you know, a bit more realistic, lifelike. Okay, so there's my tree stump. There's my little sign. And let's just do a little bit of colouring in. So I'm going to have a little red bit here for the wattle. I was taught at the weekend what these pieces are called, and I've forgotten what this bit is I'm doing now. What's that called? Jill knows, I know that. Let's do pumpkin pie. Beak. Something comb, isn't it? Something comb. I'm sure somebody will come to my rescue. Okay, so I've got, you could, if you want to do a white chick, there's lots of different variations you can do. So you could use a petal pink, you could use a grey, you could use a very pale brown. It's really up to you. I'm just going to try a little bit of petal pink because also they're not completely white, there is a little bit of shading. So I'm just using the edge of that, and I'm just sort of stippling it in really rather than brushing it on. Yeah, wattle, it's the other bit. Yeah, it's the comb, but there's something comb. I'm sure we discussed it on Sunday, but I can't remember what. But yeah, it's definitely comb. Definitely got a comb in it. Okay, and then you can just add a little bit of detail here if you want. Like so. Okay, I'm going to die cut that out in a second. Let's do the background. So for my card, I have a white base card. I'm going to use my early espresso layer, and then I've got a white layer that's going to pop in there, and I've allowed a little bit more of a margin here. I've made the white piece a little bit smaller so that you get more of a gap. So that's what I'm going to use there. So in order to do the wire over the background, you can use the Stamparatus. That's what I would generally use, but I'm only doing one card. So what I'm going to do is ink up this stamp and place my card onto the stamp to get this effect. Okay, if I was doing a lot of cards, I would definitely use the Stamparatus, which is our stamp positioning tool. I'm just going to use a light colour for the wire. So I'm going to use Sahara Sand, which is this one here, nice light brown. So it's lighter than the crumb cake you see there. So I'm just going to ink this up. Now if you think this is going to be too dark, what you can do is take either a piece of scrap paper or another piece of card and just lay it on. Okay, so I'm being careful not to go too close to the edges. I don't want to get too inky. Okay, what you can do is take a scrap piece of paper. So I have scrap bits of grid paper and place the whole thing on if you don't want to get your fingers dirty. Okay. So it just depends on how much you've inked it really. So there's our wired effect. Now if that was too dark, then what I can do is put this back on to get a lighter version. I'll just put it on a little bit so you can see, and it'll be very light. And this ink will have dried already. Our inks are designed to dry very quickly. So, oh, you probably can't even see that, but there's a very light, faint element of wire on there. Okay, so that's my background wire. And then I'm going to use my blending brushes. I've got just generic blue and green for mine. And I'm just going to add a little bit of sky and some greenery here. And it may be that I've got some blue left over from yesterday when I did this one here. And used a torn off piece of paper to create those clouds. So let me see. So this is Balmy Blue. This was the colour I used yesterday. So just tapping it, and then I'm just going to bring this in from the top. take this really as dark as you want. And I'm just tapping it off there to get any excess ink off. So I'm just building this up, as you can see there. I'll take this one a bit darker. Like so. And at the bottom I'm going to have some greenery. Everybody's very quiet this morning. Is that because you're all watching the snow instead? Has anybody here not got snow? Karen, I'm not quite sure which part of Northamptonshire you're in. I'm down in the south, so but it can really vary, can't it, from one end of the county to the other. For anybody who doesn't know, Northamptonshire is a long, thin county. Okay. So you can carry on building up your sky and your greenery as much as you want. Oh, Brixworth, yes. So not that far at all. Oh, you did say, I do apologise, you did say yesterday. Now I remember. There we go. Okay, so there's our background. So I've got my tree stump that's going to hop onto there, and my birthday, happy day. So I'm cut out my little chick. Just going to do that quickly on the die cutting machine. Let's get the right one. This one here. There it is. Back in. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out out of view, just to save me moving everything round. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Chew! I do apologise. Okay, just going to pop this out. Give me 1 second. Just winding that through the die cutting machine. And here she is. And I'm going to pop that straight back. Okay, so let's do a little bit of assembling as it's approaching 10:30. So this is my early espresso layer that's going to go on the back. Oh, there we go. Just going to use our seal for that. So, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, hi, Yuta. Thanks for joining us. See, you've got your registration done. So, Stampin' Up demonstrators can register today for the next Stampin' Up on tour. which is an online conference. Normally we meet in person, but obviously under the current circumstances it's an online conference, and booking open today, so we're all very excited to be able to do that. Okay, so here's my tree stump. I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals. It's going to put one and a small one, like so. I have to say, fingers crossed, I shouldn't speak too soon, should I? But since I hardwired my computer to my internet hub, we haven't actually had a dropping out session, have we? Now I think what I'm going to do is just add, so this is not floating quite as much. I want to add a little bit of a darker colour, a darker green in here, and I might almost go for a bit of Sahara sand or soft suede, so it looks a little bit muddy. Let's give it a go. Should have done that really before I mounted it, but let's just try. So I'm angling it away from the edge of the card. I could use a stamp like I did yesterday for this greenery. That was quite effective. But I just want to sort of create a muddy effect. Let's try. Just want to try a little bit of soft suede to make that a little bit darker. There we go. So this has got a sort of, is rounded with a peak at the top, so I'm just sort of angling it to one side, so I'm using that one side. Yes, very excited. So I'm very lucky that I have a really nice team of demonstrators that form our team of Creative Gems. So quite a few ladies here. So Jill, Yuta, Carol, Tracy are all members of our team. So if anybody is interested in joining, it's always a good joining offer anyway, but it's extra good at the minute because you get extra papers. You get 200 sheets of extra paper if you join in February. So I do have a page on my website talking all about joining and what's involved, so you can always check that out, geminicrafts.co.uk. But I have to say, we have great fun. We had a team meeting last night, and it was a good chance to catch up and natter and see each other. If it was only on Zoom, obviously, but it was good to see people's faces and laughing. So here we go. She's going to be poised on here, like so, and have her sign here. So what I'm going to do is put dimensionals on the back of that and a little bit of glue so it looks like she's holding it. And I might add a happy birthday at the top actually. So take the dimensionals off. No worries, Karen, thanks for popping on. Really appreciate that. Have a good day. Okay. Just a little bit of glue. Let's get one that's talking to us. Let's try this one. Oops. I want a little bit at the end. Like so. And I'm going to put a happy birthday across the top, I think. Only because I brought this all a little bit far down to the bottom. I could have done it a bit further up. So I'm going to use my current in favourite happy birthday from Sweet Ice Cream. Because I think that will fit perfectly there. There we are. I'll get a long block for that one. So what's everybody up to for the rest of the day? Okay. So I'm going to stamp this in early espresso, of course. So it's happy birthday. Like so. Put that across the top. And I think I might do the same with my previous edition card. There we go. Happy birthday. Have a happy day. Whoops. Let's do the same with this one because I think it will fit in. So this is a nice happy birthday because it's very forgiving. There we go. Okay, so there's my finished card. So I've made the added this depth here, which sort of gives that bit more of a placement, whereas here it's floating a little bit. So what I might do is add a little bit of that here. It would be difficult because this is raised up, but just to sort of blend that in, like so. There we go. So I hope you liked today's cards. I shall be back tomorrow. Oh, well done. Brilliant, Carol. Excellent. So I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday and Friday at 5 p.m. So live at 5 is all you need to remember. And I'll be doing some more cards with these fun chicken designs. I will add the links to the... Oh, bless you, Yuta. The links to the stamp set in the description, and if I can I'll edit the main description of the video so you can click and link to them really easily. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're managing to do some crafting to stay safe and look after your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you Thursday or Friday or on catch up. If you have any questions as to anything I've covered, please don't hesitate to comment or email me, jenny@geminicrafts.co.uk. Thank you so much. Take care now. Bye bye.